It's important for us to, share what we've learned. Some of the things that we've delivered for our own employees is very much applicable to small businesses across the globe. And we want to be able to share that. There's no reason that the things that we've learned and the investments that we've made, the breakthroughs that we've had, cannot be shared and applied across other business owners.
I think the biggest thing that I wanted to understand is what precautions do you take, and then how do you take care of your employees?
I've always wanted to know what's going on behind the scenes.
I wanted to get a feel for how the fulfillment centers were doing in light of the COVID-19 pandemic and just get a feel for what happens once my product leaves me and comes here.
So it looks like we got everybody coming in here. This is one of the greatest examples of what we had to do pretty much across our entire facilities. This is one of our break rooms. In normal times, Q2 has a capacity for hundreds of folks on every single shift. Now, one of the biggest challenges is that now we had to make them 6 feet apart from everybody.
Now, one of the variables you have to control for is socially distancing everybody that's in there, whether that's your customers or employees. You got to take a hard look at the layouts, take a hard look at the processes, and where you can't separate folks, there's very simple barriers that you can put in place to ensure their safety and your customer safety.
So what you're seeing is barriers. One of the guidance that the WHO and the CDC put out early on is that where social distancing cannot be maintained, we can use physical barriers to create that separation. So we're ensuring people are safe at all times while still working within the confines of the space that we have.
One of the things that really I was taken back by was the on-site COVID-19 testing facility. I thought that was just a step above and beyond. I haven't seen that in any other organization for the associates to be able to come in and, get tested. Just really kind of eased my mind as a seller and just knowing that the people that are handling the products are being taken care of.
So for COVID-19 controls, as you were walking up here, you probably passed quite a few sanitation stations. So we have staged wipes, spray bottles, extra masks, all throughout this facility.
We have a retail store, so people are walking in, and so they are touching product, and we're getting credit cards from them. So that's probably the biggest thing that I'll look at is how can we be more diligent at cleaning and keeping it a safe environment.
Everyone's got spray bottles, everyone's got wipes to make sure that we can just constantly clean at all times.
You've got to make sure that you push your expectations very clearly so everyone knows what they are, but also enforce them. And that's why we've really transformed a lot of our workforce to just do this stuff full time. We've got over 3,000 associates throughout North America alone. That their full-time job is just being social distance ambassadors. We're putting them in a lot of high traffic places throughout our FCs, and they're just coaching and giving positive feedback to the folks that are within our FCs, making sure that we are always understanding and living up to the expectations for social distancing and mask usage.
The augmented reality technology that keeps people reminded about the 6-foot distancing.
So what you're seeing here is a digital distance assistant, but essentially it's got a camera mounted on a TV that's taking a video of this area, and using machine learning, we can actually identify people. So you'll see on the screen here, there's circles going around each and every person, right? And if the circle's red, that means you're too close. You're within that 6-foot distance. If you're green, you're good. So we've deployed tens of thousands of these things across the world. But the cool thing about this is available to the general public. You can get this online for free. Essentially, it's just a TV with a camera with a computer.
That is an example of something we actually might want to implement in our own facilities.
And the last thing is transparency, not only with your own employees, but also with the public. If something is going on within your facilities, making sure that your employees know what's going on, builds trust with them, but also the general public as well. If you have any issues, if you have any cases that are reported, making sure that you're touching base with those local health authorities. Everyone's going to be in this together, as it's not something that just impacts your own business. It's going to impact outside of it very quickly as well. I want to see things return to some semblance of normalcy, and if we can do anything to educate the public about how to do that, that's great for everybody.